Alright guys, so here it is, the brand new setup using the Sirius EQG go-to mount along with the brand new ASI Air Pro. No more laptop anymore, brand new rig, new mount, new computer. Let's do this. My name's Trevor and you're watching AstroPilot. Alright guys, so here is what I've been waiting for. You saw the last little teaser sneak peek video that I put out about this new rig. I bought this Sirius EQG go-to mount used off eBay for around 750 bucks, like new condition, only used twice. And a couple months ago I got the brand new ASI Air Pro imaging computer, so that does away with my laptop. Makes it so much easier. I'm using the EQ mod cable to connect to the mount, and I control it all from my iPad. So huge improvement over my last deep sky setup with the Star Adventure. I'm still using the Star Adventure, so don't worry all you Star Tracker users. I will still be doing wide field imaging and stuff like that with the Star Adventure, but for my main deep sky rig, this baby's it. So tonight we are imaging some sort of large emission nebula. I'll be back from work at around 10:30 and we're going to test out this new rig. I've only used this one other time. It is July 2nd and it has not been clear at all hardly. I used this thing once the whole month of June. So this summer has not turned out to be the greatest clear sky season for the Milky Way season. So but without any further ado, we're going to test this rig out tonight using the ASI Air Pro, controlling it from the iPad, using plate solving and go-to functions with this awesome go-to mount, using the William Optic Zenithstar 61 along with the QHY mini guide scope and the ASI 120mm mini guide camera. I'm using my trusty modified Canon XSI with the IDIS LPS D2 light pollution filter tonight. And this is all sitting on top of a custom-made pier extension on a EQ6R style tripod. Whoever made this pier extension did a great job. It is some awesome metal machinery work. Very nice. It's got this twistable U-joint thing to tighten and loosen your mount head. So awesome design. Whoever made this did a great job, and it's sitting on this huge 2-inch leg EQ6R style tripod. So super excited to test this out tonight. So let's get it going. And also you might have noticed that I'm not using a guide cable anymore. I'm using everything through the EQ mod cable that goes directly into the mount. You can do pulse guiding through that cable, so I'm not using a ST4 port cable anymore to guide. It makes it a lot more simple. Everything through the iPad, through the ASI Air. I'm powering the camera and ASI Air through two different power supplies. I've got it Velcro to the pier, and I'm powering everything through a power strip strapped to the bottom leg of the tripod. And I'm running an extension cord from the house. Also, for internet connection with the ASI Air, I'm running a Ethernet cable to an external Ethernet plug on the outside of the house. I messed around. I've had the ASI Air longer than I have had the mount, and I've been experimenting with it with the last couple of months, and the Wi-Fi connection sucks with it. So I just said, okay, I'm just going to hardwire it, and it is much better. If you have an ASI Air and you are capable of running an external Ethernet port to your router or somewhere to have a hardwired connection to your internet, I totally recommend it because it's faster download speeds, faster connection, everything runs smoothly. So what I'm doing is I've got a 75-foot cable run from the router inside the house underneath the house to an external port on the outside. Then I'm running a 50-foot cable from the mount to the plug on the outside of the house, and I'm connecting those with couplers. I've got a coupler here connected to the side of the mount where I can attach a small Ethernet from the ASI Air to the coupler, so there's no cable snags or anything like that. So that's the ASI Air Pro setup so far, and it's working well. I'm still using an SD card in the camera because it saves in FITS format, which for DSLR users you always kind of want a RAW format because it captures more data and you just get more data with a RAW format file versus a FITS file with a DSLR. Now when you get into dedicated astronomy cameras, it's always going to be FITS, and that's what you're going to have to work with. But for DSLR, RAW is what you want, so I'm using an SD card in conjunction with the external flash drive of the ASI Air. But overall, the couple times I've experimented with it, it's all went well. The plate solving abilities are awesome. Polar alignment features are basically like SharpCap, because that's what I used before. Polar alignment is basically just like SharpCap. It takes test shots and it tells you your total polar alignment error, and you just move the mount accordingly. And the plate solving abilities are crazy. All it has to do is the location, time, and date of the mount on your iPad, and boom, it slews anywhere in the sky. It was awesome. I'm not using the hand controller or anything. All plate solving and go-to functions are done right through the ASI Air Pro. One other really good thing about this setup, I can leave this tripod and pier outside at all times. I just put it under the patio cover here, and I don't have to wag it in and out all the time like I was doing with the other setup. I sold the other Skywatcher tripod I had, so this is all I got now, and it is a solid, rugged tripod. And this mount is heavy. It's quite a load to carry out side all the time. It weighs about 30 pounds, and it also has a 30-pound payload capacity. But also not including the 11-pound counterweight it comes with too. But overall, a very rugged, capable setup, definitely with a light scope and equipment like this versus like a big reflector or something. Very capable rig here, definitely with such a light setup. So super pumped to use this setup tonight. It's supposed to be clear. I gotta go to work, so I'll be back later, but that gives me time to slew to all the Milky Way targets. They'll be up and high enough to start imaging, and the moon doesn't rise until about 1 a.m., 2 a.m., so we're gonna get going without any further ado. I've told you everything about this setup. Now let's actually use it. Alright guys, so it's 11 o'clock, I'm back from work. I have everything set up, ready to go. I have the Ethernet run from the house, and I am good to go. All we have to do now is turn on the ASI Air, connect to the iPad, and start our polar alignment process, and then we are good to go. Tonight we are shooting the Wizard Nebula. I've never shot this target before, so I'm super excited. It's always been a cool target for me. I've always wanted to shoot it. It's a really sort of majestic looking target, and it's a really noticeable wizard look to it too. You'll see it in the final image if tonight goes well. But I've balanced the telescope, everything's set up, and now all we have to do is get connected with the ASI Air and start all the procedures. So let's go. The Wizard Nebula is located about 8,000 light years away, so quite a good distance. But it's a really cool target. Kind of small for this scope, but we can crop it and see how it does. But really cool target, so let's go on and get everything set up.